What's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P. Joe Pizzapia, back with another Waiver Wire edition here for you on FantasyPros MLB channel. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel at FantasyPros MLB, where you can watch Leading Off live 5 days a week at noon Eastern. And if you're too busy to watch it live, you can just watch it afterwards. But make sure you subscribe and become one of our peanuts and cracker jacks here and support the MLB channel over here at FantasyPros, because we're doing all this work for you to help you win your leagues. And speaking of that, let's talk about the guys to add off the waiver wire, and let's start with an old Yankee who's now a Padre. Let's start with Luke Voit. Now, I know on the year, Luke Voit is hitting just 237. You say, oh, that's gross. But you know what? Lately, it's been red hot. Over his last 6 games heading into Thursday's action, he's hitting .302 with 3 homers, 10 ribbies, 6 runs scored, and he's starting to look a little bit more like that guy who started to go on those big tears for the Yankees not that long ago. A 3-for-5 night the other night with 2 doubles did not hurt either. So yes, overall the numbers for Luke Voit are a little bleh to start the season. The .237 batting average, the 63 strikeouts, but this guy's getting red hot right now. He's rostered in 60% of leagues, which means you're running out of time to add Luke Voit. So you can add him in points leagues, even though he has the strikeouts, because he's got the power. And if he's still floating around there in any 12-team mixer, I'm telling you right now, add Luke Voit, because the Padres need Luke Voit to hit. Luke Voit's hitting right now. He can help you short-term and maybe long-term if that confidence is starting to bounce back for him. Next on our list is another guy who's starting to return to form, and that's Hunter Dozier of the Kansas City Royals. Now, Dozier likely qualifies at the corner spots and probably the outfield in most of your leagues. He's rostered in just about 40% of formats right now, and on the year he's hitting .261 with 6 homers, 21 ribbies, 25 runs scored. He is not a game-changing player, but he can be a nice contributor. And this is the time of year where you start to lose players due to injury, and a guy like Hunter Dozier can really help out that roster flexibility. So, rostered in just 40% of leagues, he's out there in 60% of them. Go see if he's around, because he can help you out, and I think as the season goes on, he'll continue to be that solid but not spectacular kind of guy that can fill in for injuries or just play in some good matchups when he's swinging a good bat. The next guy on our list is Michael Harris, the young player from the Atlanta Braves, who's been playing out there for them in the outfield recently, and so far it's been pretty good. Over Michael Harris's first 18 games in his major league career, he's got 2 dingers, 2 steals, hitting .328, making some good contact there and making some harder contact, and that's what we're looking for too. Over 90 miles an hour during the last 8 games, that's the average exit velocity of the balls he's hitting, plus hitting .433 over that span, 13 for 30 with those 2 homers, a triple, 3 doubles over the last 8 games. That's pretty good for the 21-year-old. Kind of reminds you of a throwback era Jason Hayward of the Braves time. Remember when that happened and we all had those high expectations? Well, the expectations aren't that high for Michael Harris, but right now he's getting opportunities. Right now he's making the most of them, hitting the ball hard, can help you in the batting average. Looks like he can help you a little bit with the power and the speed. Again, not a huge power guy necessarily, but a player that can help you in the short term. And who knows, as long as this hot streak continues, can be a useful player. So add him, because he's rostered already in 55% of formats. Next on our list is a closer, Kendall Graveman. Yes, it's that time for Kendall Graveman to go and step in to the closer role with Liam Hendriks on the shelf. He had pitched a few days in a row, but look, over the last 2 appearances, the guy's been out there showing you that he can make that closer transition yet again. He's done it before. And in the meantime, while Liam Hendriks is on that shelf, we're always looking for saves. This is a way to kind of have a stopgap guy. He is rostered in 35% of leagues, so Graveman is a guy you can add. Hope for some saves over the next few weeks while Hendriks gets healthy. Another player worth adding on that same team with the White Sox is Jake Burger. Now, he's been dealing with a hand issue, but before that, this guy was looking pretty good. Over 38 games on the year so far for the third baseman. He's got 8 home runs, 23 ribbies. Now, he's struck out 42 times in 38 games, but it's the power you're looking for. The .273 batting average for Jake Burger is also something worth having as well. That's pretty good by today's standards, which is sad for today's standards, but still, nonetheless. The last guy on this list to add is Max Meyer of the Miami Marlins. Now, he was the hot waiver wire ad just a few weeks ago, but then he had that unfortunate ulnar nerve irritation issue. He's been sidelined for a while. He threw a 30-pitch simulated game this week. Everything felt fine, which means he should be back sometimes next week. Now, a lot of people have added him over this time, then dropped him if he's still floating out there, and I think he might be, because right now he is rostered in just 35% of formats, this is the time to add him before he gets back out there on the mound and has a few good starts, because once he puts another start or two together that look really good, people are going to be adding him for more free agent budget. You could probably throw a buck on him right now, add him, stash him, and see what he does potentially in the second half for the Marlins. So those are the names. If you've got some others, drop them in the chat here on the YouTube channel. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB. That'll do it for me, Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our featured videos. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Fantasy Pros, so you can get the latest news and updates to give you the edge you need in your fantasy league.